So, on the assumption that I've done things correctly, we should now be able to actually start doing the thing. Now, welcome along to a Has Been Hotel Season 2 reaction. If you haven't watched one of these before, go back and start at the start, I guess, but let me explain briefly how this works. I can't just put the episode on screen because Amazon will get quite upset with me if I do that. Now, there are ways around that. You can hire an editor to flip the footage and color change it, like do all kinds. There's all kinds of little tricks you can do, especially not playing any of the audio. Like, there's a lot of things you can do. All of that takes a bunch of time, or they cost some money, neither of which I am going to do. This is my casual, chill, hangout reaction channel. This is not the channel where I do serious work. That's over on my main channel where I do video essays. You should subscribe and watch those, by the way. I'm going to do one about Knights of Guinevere. So, instead, I'm going to offload the problem onto you, my dear viewer. It's going to be your problem instead, not mine. So what we're going to do, imagine you and I sitting on a couch next to each other. Each of us have our own laptop. We're each wearing our own headphones, and we're watching Has Been Hotel together at the same time. Every once in a while, I'll be like, ooh, I need to talk about that, and I'll say 3, 2, 1, pause, and we'll both pause at the same time, and then I'll do my yapping about the whatever and stuff and so on and so forth. And then once I'm done do that, I'll go 3, 2, 1, go, and we'll keep in sync, more or less that way. There's also going to be subtitles at least showing on screen. I think I can get away with that without Amazon getting mad at me. And there's going to be a timestamp in the upper left corner, which is hopefully going to allow you to stay more or less in sync with what I'm doing. It's convenient for me, inconvenient for you, and that's just the way it is here on the Lazy channel. If you want things to be a little bit more convenient, you can become a member of the channel. You can head on over to the channel Discord. You have to link your account and get that stuff to work. It's a little bit squirrely sometimes. That's YouTube's fault. I can't really do anything about it. And there is a more convenient way to view these reactions over there, right? That does exist. You don't have to, though. You just, like, this is just a little bit of faffing about and difficulty for you at the benefit of a lot of convenience for me. That's how it goes on this channel. Last time, it seemed like there was some difficulty people were having with synchronizing their video to what I was doing. I think there was a little bit of a delay somewhere in the thing. I think I have fixed it. I think it should be good now. So let's give it a go. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, yeah, no, we would begin there, wouldn't we? Three, two, one, pause. Okay. Now that's a place to start. Fair enough. We're just gonna have to talk about the animation there. Oh, poor Charlie, babe. Oh, someone's having fun with her. Oh man, what a Looney Tunes. Like, I've said it before, but there really is so much more looseness in some of the character animation here in Season 2. Like, this fly-swatted ass pose, that is fully on some Looney Tunes business, right? Like, that's fucking, she's Waluigi posing over here, in fact. Oh, that's fantastic. So, fly swatting, by the way. Well, it's this. This is fly swatting, right? Like, fly swatting in art, in drawing, is when imagine you have a character, they're three-dimensional or whatever, and then you smack them with a fly swatter so that they get squished completely flat, right? That's fly swatting, right? Where instead of foreshortening, instead of pushing things into frame, instead of placing things in front of other things, you sort of splay the character out and you have them pose in exactly this way, right? Where it's a very flat, very readable, very two-dimensional kind of posing. It's a technique for drawing characters. Sometimes it's something you'll get critique for in animation school, that you're fly swatting your characters too much, because that means, or rather, that can be a signifier that you're not thinking about the character three-dimensionally, that you're not thinking of the character as like a whole volume that you're moving. You're just thinking of the character as like this flat, stylized thing. But it can be an element of stylization that you can use on purpose for comedic purposes, which is like, that's done a lot in a bunch of Looney Tunes cartoons, right? Like, that's done a lot. Also, like Cartoon Network, the hyper-flat style that a lot of Has Been Hotel comes out of the Cartoon Network, like Nickelodeon, Invader Sim, they made heavy use of fly swatting as well, because fly swatting is a way that very heavily stylized, very sort of distorted characters, they can get better key posing out of fly swatting rather than trying to engage with them as like complex three-dimensional volume sometimes. Anyway, here, it's just being used because it's funny and it makes the poses look big and silly. And read really nicely when Charlie is overacting like a freak out. I do like that that's just what Nifty does with her time. It's like, oh, a bug! Smack, 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 smack. Speaking of fly swatting, by the way. It's like, no, I'm a guest! Crush the bugs! Crush the bugs! Oh, that's cute. Also, oh, someone was animating that fucking walk cycle. Look at that hip sway. Oh, I like that. Like, not just because they looks good. That's really nice. Also, just because this is an inconsequential, presumably, is this a major character who's just going to show up later? We're not heard about yet. Who knows? But like that character's being animated with like some consideration for their anatomy, right? Like that they have these, what is it, digitigrade or ungulate or whatever the hell legs, and that's giving them like huge like hip sway, and that's propagating like through the secondary motion in the hair and everything. That's really nice. That's a really nice walk cycle for a background NPC who's probably not going to be important. I like that. Yeah, going frame by frame here, you can see, like... You can see that, like, the animator is not, like, they're not really sizing Charlie to be perfectly aligned with, like, the actual size of the room, because like when she's back here, she looks like she's practically, and Charlie is very tall, right? But she looks like she's practically tall enough that she could reach the ceiling by just reaching up, and then she kind of shrinks as she runs forward into the thing, where she starts to look shorter than she looks relative, and that's fine. Like, that's not really a problem, that's not an issue. It's just something you'll notice, and that sometimes can be the consequence of like much looser boarding styles. It can be a thing with compositing. It doesn't really matter. It's not like that shot of Luna in Hell of a Boss, the pilot, I think, where she's like running across the street, but it's very clear that they did not composite that at all to work with the animation that she has. It's just a little thing. It's a little stylization thing. She gets to just do the big arcs here. Character animator was having fun with Charlie in this sequence. Just like she's getting punched in the chest, reeling back. Ooh, good smearing. Or rather, it's more model breaking, I guess, than smear. Again, profile picture alert right there. This is me. This is me talking about Has Been Hotel. This is me reacting to things. This is what that looks like. I do like the acting choice also of Charlie. Like, It's not just that she's doing a big flailing, swinging her arms around kind of deal. It's like she's marching and like this and this, then the Emily, like she has so much energy, so much like she's freaking out so hard that she kind of has to walk in a circle just to sort of try and deal with it. Oh, I like that transition as well. It's like just twisting her around down to her knees. That is good. That's good, funny animation. And there's a good balance so far with Charlie, like because she's gotten to be a lot more like this, a lot more like where we're really like you can see how as she's leaning forward here, we're really distorting her model, right? Like we're essentially inflating her head to get it even louder. This thing of like, right. It's just part of it's me. I'm like to get the outburst louder, to make it feel louder, and that anatomically doesn't make any goddamn sense, but it makes sense with the acting performance. But then also there was the scene with Lucifer, right, where she and Lucifer are sharing like a fairly tender moment, where the animation is much more restrained and like really treats her seriously. I like that diversity of it. And again, she has to walk, right? She can't just stand and deliver the thing. She has to fiddle. She has to walk around. Very relatable from an ADHD perspective. Right? She mimes. You killed a bunch of angels, so she's miming Emily flying, right? Like with her little flap. It's a really nice acting performance. This like it's comedy, it's arch, it's overwrought. They're really playing with distorting the model in it. It works. I like it. Again, distorting her heavily into the camera. Ah, that's good. That's a lovely little acting performance. I like that. 3, 2, 1. She's so fucking ADHD coded, man.
They even show you that was actually
Yeah, no. Oh, Charlie, someone should really teach you about the concept of a manic episode. At least talk to Alastor. Yeah, Alastor has a radio show, you know. People would tune. Oh my god. He's out. Yeah, no. I don't think Alistair can take Vox right now. Oh,
I can make it work.
that's like half the comments on my Has Been Hotel character design video essay. Three,
Wow.
2,
Thank you.
1.
Now, if
Pause. I do want to see where this goes, but let me just, before we get too far ahead. Charlie really gets the good expressions. This is one thing I do appreciate also about the way her design has been handled, especially in season 2. There is, and this is something I talked about with K-pop Demon Hunters as well, and I think I probably also already brought it up here, but there is, in character design, especially of female characters, where if their cuteness or their beauty is considered a design priority, there's often a lot of unwillingness on the part of a studio to deform them, to break them, to give them stupid expressions, to make them look weird. This is why, like, anecdotally, at Disney for a very, very long time, among the animators, the worst job on any given movie was animating the prince and princess. Right, like the male and female protagonists were like the worst and most annoying job you could have, because you couldn't do anything with them. You couldn't distort them. You couldn't fuck around with them. You couldn't mess with their proportions. You couldn't break their model. They had to always be very sort of like very solid. They always had to look pretty. They always had to look good. It was often very like a bunch of animators thought it was very frustrating and preferred to work on the side characters. Like the genie. There's a reason the genie is the famous bit of animation from Aladdin, right? And that's sort of the thing that exists in a lot of animation in general, is this thing of like, if we want the character to be perceived as beautiful, as pretty, as cute, as whatever, especially if they're feminine, we don't want to, maybe don't distort them so, like maybe have to more dignity, more restrained, more refined, more. And I do like that Charlie gets to go completely wild. And again, this is different. Like, this is not as much the case in like comedy TV animation. Like, you don't get that as much in something like your like Invader Sim, Cartoon Network cartoons. Like they generally would be more willing to go that path, but Charlie is effectively a Disney princess, right? Like that's her characterization, is that she's functionally the Disney princess of hell. And like the pilot harps on about that a lot, right? Like that she's a Disney princess who has a Disney princess attitude that's completely mismatched to her environment because she is in fucking hell, right? And that's something that's being played on here as well, is that Charlie has this wonderful childlike naivete and this total willingness to see the best in everybody. And when she sees Vox Tech calling her a dictator, she understands that as like something that's an actual thing, right? Like, oh, they actually think that I might be a dictator. No, they don't. They don't care. They don't care if you might be a dictator. They are engaging with her in bad faith. She can't see that because she's a Disney princess, right? And that seems to be part of her arc, is learning to harden herself to some of these things and learning how to deal with people who just do not engage with her in good faith. So she's a Disney princess type character, and I just like that. She gets to go so wild with her expressions a lot of the time. She has Viv number 2 in the contact list, just below Vaggie, huh? Who else? I want to see more. Aw. And again, like talking about like choices in the acting performance, because Vaggie is trying to calm Charlie down, right? Like Vaggie is trying to be the voice of reason. She's trying to, so her whole acting performance is designed to contrast Charlie. So Vaggie doesn't make any big moves, basically, right? Like in her acting, it's all very, very like low key, very quiet. She's not moving around a lot. And then Charlie is contrasting that by, like, not just, like, by being manic, but by going very broad, very far from key pose to key pose, like, from this, like, arms from here all the way down to that, like, making larger movements. And it's just good acting fundamentals, right? That Vaggie is not only, with her voice performance, not only with her words, trying to bring the energy down, she's physically trying to bring the energy down by being deliberately, like, low energy, by deliberately not spreading out her arms or making power poses, like, arms close to the chest, like, hey, is this maybe this is not the greatest idea? What if we calm down? Like, it's just good acting performance. Like, nothing revolutionary or whatever. It's just good acting performance. It's a good use of contrasting character affect. Ethan at Vox Tech, huh? That's the assistant, right? Yeah. Who the hell is Ethan? And what the hell is Velvet brewing here? Like, love potion, I guess? What is that, perfume? Oh, of course, fucking live, laugh, love ass fucking loser basic bitch girl boss wall decoration. And that hashtag bitch. Oh, that is lame. That's a loser interior decoration. I like that. Again, this matter of contrasting character affect, right? Cherry Bomb, she has this sadness, she has this frustration, this regret, this bitterness that Pentious left her, essentially, right? Like, this thing of, like, the fuck do you mean he was redeemed? Like, the fuck do you mean he's, like, number one, fuck do you mean he's still alive? Number two, the fuck do you mean that he was redeemed by saving me? What the fuck could possibly be redeeming about saving me, right? That's certainly my read on her character here, is that part of her frustration with Pentious being redeemed because of her is this thing of, like, how the fuck could I be worth that, right? I think that might be part of why she doesn't quite get it, is this thing of, like, but I'm a fucked up drunk ass explosion throwing, like, whatever. So how the fuck is dying for me redemptive? Me drinking a can of Monster Energy. Just absolutely shrimping over that shit. And again, this thing of contrasting character affects, the way that Angel is physically acting in the situations, like, very soft, kind of contemplative, actually, versus Cherry, who's, like, stuck between, she has all these questions, but she doesn't want to admit the vulnerability of curiosity. And you can see that Husk is like, oh, I've got her figured out. Yeah, no, it's, like, very obvious what's going on with her. I'm gonna use it to fuck with her. You can see it on him. You can see, like, the moment when he's like, okay, yeah, okay, I can push this button. I can make... Interesting contrast also with Angel and Husk, right? Because a big part of season 1 is Angel is constantly aggressively flirting with Husk and sort of trying to push his boundaries, right? Because that's Angel's self-defense mechanism, is I can control how much I get hurt by, like, okay, I don't have any, like, my body is worth nothing except, like, as a tool for someone else to use, but I can control, like, the way that people get access to me, and, like, I can push this on, I can use it as a weapon, right? I can use it as a way to control intimacy and to make sure that nobody ever tries to really get close to me and so on. Like, it's a self-defense mechanism. It's an unhealthy coping mechanism. It's like a very, again, a not very great form of hypersexuality, right? Like, that causes interpersonal conflicts. And Husk sees through that shit, Immediately. Husk is like, yeah, no, you don't mean that. You don't actually want any of my attention. You don't want any intimacy. You're being fucking fake and it's annoying me, so get the fuck away from me, right? Like, so he has this very instinctive negative reaction, which Angel takes as like, yeah, as a kind of challenge to him, right? To his self-conception. And then here, Angel is doing the same thing again, right? Like literally saying, oh, them's fucking words, kitty. And Husk, he gives him the glare, but his reaction isn't, that little shithead is being fucking fake with me. It's, yeah, whatever. Like, it's that, like, waving him off, smiling, ha ha, joke. Right? This is now a game that both of them are playing together, right? It's not Angel trying to impose a sexual context on the conversation. This is them volleying back and forth. It's repartee. And I like that. I like that change in the affect and attitude of how the two of them relate to each other. Also, some lovely head bobbing animation. Don't clip that out of context. Head bobbing animation on Angel here, right? Like those little circles. You can see it's drawing. Woo! Right, and then when they've had the repartee, right, when Husk has blown him off, which again, Angel would surely love that. Angel smiles and then he retreats, right? Like, I'd love to, and then he retreats. Like, he doesn't aggressively pursue it, right? Like, he doesn't push it. He's not pushing boundaries. He's just like, hey, here's a little, we got think of us sending back and forth, and then we retreat to our positions, and then like the game is over. I like that. I like that evolution of how they relate to each other physically. Because again, to my memory in season 1, Husk was not receptive at all to Angel's body language. Oh, there's a lot of profile pictures with this in it already, aren't there? It's just like, yeah, girl's got it bad. I'm just gonna push her buttons. I'm gonna point her towards, like, he cannot help himself. He absolutely cannot help himself. He's having such a good time. His room's in the basement. Fuck you! Right? As she immediately heads to the basement. Oh, that's good. That's funny. That's lovely. Again, good acting. You can see how the characters feel about each other just from the way that they physically relate to one another. And then there's poor Al. Poor Al holding his staff conspicuously behind his back. Poor Al, who's not really doing very much of anything, who's sort of staying out of the way of most conflicts and issues, who seems very reticent. Like, normally Al is so happy to be taunting Charlie, to be up in her face, to be sort of like, oh, yes, well, like, he took a very active hand in things in season 1, and now he's all like, don't talk to me, don't make me do something, I have a really bad fucking injury, I'm trying not to move too much because it hurts. Just leave me alone. I'm just kind of standing here. Like, there's a real tension to him here, of not really wanting to do or move or do too much or be engaged with. You can see the reticence in him, that he's smiling, but it's not his usual smile, right? Like, it's not the usual Alastor smile. It's I'm holding on to this, but I'm so fucking tired. I'm so fucking done. With his little broken staff, I don't think he can take Vox right now. I think that's why he's not been around at all. He can't take Vox. He can't take much of anyone. Because I think a lot of his power got broken that day, and he just doesn't have the juice to do very much. And I wonder how he's going to regenerate that power. Presumably he would have to make a deal, right? Presumably the way that he would restore himself was to find some way to make a deal with someone, or just eat someone, I guess. Maybe he'll just eat someone. Maybe he'll just go out and find some weakened overlord to gobble up. A little healthcare vor for the deer demon. Vox is being so cute, right? Like, he's being so, like because he knows Charlie isn't gonna see through it. Like, he knows, like, he has that sense. So he's been so cute about it, right? With his little, like, oh, where are my manners? Bonk the side of the head. Aren't I just fun and sweet? And then, like, there's that constant little edge of him imposing himself. And of course, he can't, like, and it's that thing of, like, he's projecting confidence, but if you know something about confidence, you know, oh, this is insecurity, right? Like, when you have that shit just on tap, ready to, like, stocks are up, logo, sick as fuck, most epic CEO, like, that's Elon Musk shit, right? That's fully some Elon Musk shit. Whereas, like, yes, I have Grok. Grok tells me I'm the best CEO that's ever been of anything. Like, that's fucking that's Elon Musk shit, right? Like, to have that shit on hand and be eager to show it off, right? And then again, this thing about relating to other characters physically in terms of body language, and then he begins imposing himself, right? Not necessarily in a violent way, but he begins imposing himself, right? Like this thing of, like, pulling Charlie around for a little spin, grabbing her by the shoulders, and then he physically, like, and he does it again, right? Like this intrusion on Charlie's physical space. Val does something similar in season 1 when Charlie comes to the porn studio. Like, Val has this similar, like, imposing himself, constantly touching, reaching out, like, moving, manipulating Charlie around kind of thing. He does the same thing. Like, and Alistair has the same thing. He imposes himself, and then immediately, and it is just Elon Musk shit, because the first thing he's like, I'm gonna penetrate this thing and fill it with me, right? Like, it really is that like, it's not exactly a fucking penis, but that's what he's doing. He's pushing into the space and putting himself in there, right? It has that valence to it. Wait, what the fuck's that? Oh, right, that's those guys. I like the bounce, like the consistent bounce on every single character in the scene when the TV lands, that everyone has that hit reaction. Velvet. Oh, that's cool. That's a nice detail. The TV's landing. Velvet anticipates it. She dodges. She jumps before it. She fucking dodges it like a boss attack from an Elden Ring enemy. Is like, whoop. She jumps over the hurt box. That's good. Just a little short hop. Okay. That's good. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, pause. Hey, Baxter. Oh, God, is Baxter going to be the poor victim? Oh, no. I really like the use of Charlie's arms for this bit here. Because they do fuck around with her model a little bit in terms of like how thick her arms are, how long they are, like how spindly they are. In these couple of shots here, like they really play with like just fully extending that shit out as far as it can possibly go. Right? Really giving those sharp, pointy angles. And again, it's great for her key posing. Like, it's great for, like, the physical acting of her. Right? Big round arc, moving it over as she gets into position to do the thrust. Right? Actually works! Boosh! Right? And so much of that is being led by just, like, that big, heavy power posing with the arms. And I do feel like again, I wouldn't be able to identify specifically who it is because I don't know who boards each sequence for everything. But it does feel like you can see some of the board artists and like the lead animators on each scene. It does feel like you can see some of their personal style getting to slip through into the characters and the way they present themselves. And I do like that. Like, that's a thing that people have divided opinions on. Like, Steven Universe used to get a lot of like crap because characters could be very inconsistent from episode to episode or even scene to scene because different board artists and different like lead animators were allowed to like inject a lot of their own personal expression into the characters, right? And occasionally that did cause some problems with consistency, but one of the benefits of that is like you get more of a sense of seeing the artist behind the thing, like that each artist have their own individual sort of way of expressing with the characters. Like I've talked about before, animators are actors, right? Like, and part of the acting performance is defining the character's physicality. And animation mistake spotted. Look, they forgot to fill in a little bit of red on Charlie's suit. Animation mistake spotted. Oh, Amazon. No, the show's ruined. There's an animation mistake. Anyway, I like it when it feels like I can see like different animators sort of putting a little bit of their own spin on how a character is handled. Nice use of the whatever, this thing, the fringe of Velvet's jacket here to emphasize like the twist of her posture, because this is a very unbalanced posture. Her center of gravity is somewhere to the left of her hip, which is, you know, bad for standing up straight. But I like the way that they're handling that with the weight, like the notepad and yeah, that's pretty good. Ooh. Someone had a good time with these lightning effects. And of course it's a V, right? Like his lightning effects are a V. I like that. Good stretching. And again, you can literally see, like, okay, so Charlie has just delivered her thing, right? Pentious was redeemed. The Has-Been Hotel works. Like, suck it, bitch. She's like, yes, like she's trying to take control of the narrative, right? She's trying to like, this is my news. This is the thing people should be talking about. She's delivering that with confidence. And then what does Vox do? Steps into her space, swings her around, and literally replaces her as the center of attention, right? That's like physically, that's literally what he's doing here. He takes her place, replaces her as the center of attention, and then takes over the narrative again, because that's his superpower, right? Like, Vox has the power to control the narrative, and Charlie can't win this. Which is the position of power that Vox then exploits, right, to lead us into oh, whatever terrible thing's gonna happen next. it really is just like, oh, Charlie, poor dear sweet angel, you're being cringe right now. Girl, you have to have learned to distrust the media at some point. Surely. It's just just ooh, like she has the privilege, right? Like it's Charlie's sheltered, privileged upbringing coming back to bite her in the ass again because she's never had to deal with these hucksters, right? And that's, again, gotta say, the sort of thing that maybe Alastor should have tried to prepare her for, like, even if only to his own advantage, even if only for his own sake, but Al has other things on his mind, I guess. And just a little background gag with poor Nifty getting stepped on. Literally with the fucking heels. Nifty gets stepped on, so she's probably happy. Anyway, let's see what happens to poor Baxter. 3, 2, 1, go. Three,
Strange guy,
2,
I guess.
1,
Now have I
pause. There's a few things there. Very classic red Oni, blue Oni, right? Like very, like literally like orange and blue. Like, do you get it? Do you get it? Because of Pentious is long and tall and slender, and he's tiny and he's a little guy, and Pentious is like all orange and red, and then he's blitz a contrast. Do you get it? Do you get it? It's a because they're like opposites. They're sort of like opposites, but they're also kind of similar to each other. But they're like, do you get it? It's very obvious, right? Like it's his little symbol is a fucking coronavirus by the looks of it, and Pentious has a gear. But also, look. Look at that. Look how cute that is. Look at them. Isn't that adorable? Right? So we have this sequence of the two of them literally growing closer to one another. But sure, Baxter, you weren't like that. Nah, it doesn't have... I'm sure the fan art exists, but this does feel a little bit more like friendship, right? Like, there is a union here. There is a coming together. And I think Baxter, for all his, I'm a man of science and I care not about, blah, blah, like, for all his that nonsense, I think he misses Pentious. I think that's part of what we're taking away here. Anyway, Cestial, how you doing? Finally get to see you do something. Again, fucking Elden Ring ass attack. Honestly, Pentious, you should maybe just, instead of a big, slow, chunky lever, just press a button and have it fire. I don't know. And then here comes A familiar figure. He used to wear a sweater vest? How long ago was this? Oh, I guess back when he was still a CRT. So I guess that makes sense. Oh, poor baby. His cannon didn't work. I guess this also kind of implies that Zestiel was working with Vox for this. Or at least that Zestiel doesn't mind Vox grabbing the little science dude. Jesus, that is pretty grim. That's what happens when Popeye eats too much spinach, I think. Oy. Violent and cruel. I'm curious about that relationship. I'm curious about some more details about that. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. Vamping on the word piss? Oh my god. 3,
Hey,
2,
you said you need
1,
us?
pause. On the word piss! They fucking do a little vocal, like, hey! That's juvenile as fuck. That's funny. Interesting way they handle the walk animation on Pentious, because he's slithering, right? Very amorphous, which I guess you can get away with. Like, they literally just, like, he just gets longer, right? Like, when they want to move him forward and to the side. Cheap way to foreshorten, I guess. And Brightman is playing this one a lot more clean, it sounds like to me. Like, when I think back to relative to It Starts With Sorry, right? Like, which was Pentious' major song in the last season. Who could forgive that dirtbag like me? Like, he was doing a lot of the raspiness, right? Like, he was doing a lot of the Pentious voice. This one, he's singing it a lot cleaner, right? Much more on the...
in those messy fights.
Right, like he's letting the musical theater play a little bit more here, which I guess makes sense because this is a fucking like I Miss You love ballad duet. The little fucking rubbing the pole, honestly, with the fucking bedroom eyes, like. Eh. But yeah, they're hamming it the fuck up here, which is another thing. Like, this is a very silly song in the sense of, like, it starts in this musical theater mode, this sort of pop ballad mode of, like, it's like, oh, the girl I once knew, I miss you, oh, right? And then Cherry Bomb comes in with, like, this sort of pop rock inflected thing, and then beating the piss out of you becomes the crescendo. Like, it's playing with the form, it's making fun of it. And as part of that, but in order for that to work, right? Like, in order for that to land, they're playing it completely fucking sincere, right? The visuals, right? The presentation of the animation, the storyboarding, the imagery they're using, none of that gives away the game, right? None of that, like compare and contrast with the sort of what you might call more of the South Park approach, right? The South Park approach would be probably the song wouldn't be that different, like maybe a little even probably even more like sort of piss and shit, like fart jokes or whatever. But what a South Parkian approach to it would be they would do a lot of imagery that sort of makes fun of the whole concept of the music video itself, right? They would contrast, like, the sincerity of the vocal performance insofar as it's there with a whole bunch of, like, visual gags that make fun of the whole concept of doing a music video about this stuff. And what I like here is that they're playing this shit straight, right? The visual language, even as the lyrics are a little bit silly, the visual language here is utterly like, no, this is a love story. These two characters are fucking down bad as shit for each other, and they mean it. And this is like the physical drama that's happening on screen is fully an expression of, like, the internal heartbreak and horniness that the two of them are feeling for each other. And I think that's what makes it funny to me. Like, I think that's what makes the juvenile piss joke land. Is that it doesn't feel like the song is making fun of the characters for having the feelings. It's so much as it's just like, no, these are two cringe-ass fucking doofuses, right? Like, these... Pentious is the little hermit, idiot, like, insecure inventor, like, noodle boy, right? And Cherry is this sort of edgelord punk girl, too good for all of this, but who has, like, this deep reservoir of, like, very genuine feeling that she's very embarrassed about. And of course, this is how those two would express themselves, right? Like, the beating the piss out of you is an authentic expression of how these two feel about each other, right? That is how Cherry Bomb as a character would phrase it. That's not just being written because ha 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 piss joke. It's being written because it is authentic to Cherry Bomb being a little bit of a weird cringe loser, much the same as Pentious is, right? It feels like an authentic expression of who they are, even as it is juvenile. Also, God, Pentious is such a bottom. I like the action animation that Cherry Bomb is showing here. Again, not like realistically moving through the perspective, because the perspective is not like a fully consistent like 2 or 3 point 2-point perspective here, right? Surely, but they're stylizing a lot of her motion. They're doing it very effectively using her hair as well. She's fucking spin jumping like Sonic here, right? Doing. But they're using her hair like to mask a bunch of like what her body is doing in order to sell like the flips and the athletics of how she's moving. And like the animator's doing a good job of it. Like something I've talked about before is like the Medrano character designs, they have a lot of qualities that are very well made for animation. Right? Like there's a lot of the simplicity and stylization that is very effective for animation. Evidence of like the way that Viv Medrano herself was trained as an animator. There's also bits and pieces of it that like Cherry Bomb's hair is the kind of thing where if I was looking at the character, and again, I'm not a particularly well-trained animator, it should be noted, but if I was looking at the character, I'd be like, okay, Jesus fucking Christ, how do I manage this fucking hair while I'm trying to like move this character around? And the animators here are like doing a really good job of selectively occluding Cherry Bomb with her hair, letting the hair sort of do the acting. You can see that like that motion, that spinning that's happening in it, and then getting the hair out of the way so that Cherry Bomb's like actual character, her body, can do the emoting. They're using the hair really effectively as an asset, not just like as a thing to get out of the way or a problem, but like, okay, here, when Cherry is doing this spin in the air, this twirl, we can use the hair to sell that, right? Like, so we stylize the hair, we flatten it out, we do a bunch of smearing, and then we just fucking sonic spinball that shit. And then in motion, right, you see it. Like, she jumps, she does an upside down spin and lands, and the hair is being used as a means to effectuate and express that movement. And then Power Rangers ass moment. The explosion behind her. And again, with the explosion, making great use of the hair, because the whole point of the explosion is like, the best of all my year. Like she's hitting a big emotional belt. Is it a belt? Yeah, like, yes! And the explosion is being used to emphasize that, and they're using the hair to do it. Another little sonic spinball. And here you can really see them playing with, like, the anatomy, right? Like, arms? Arms are as long as we need them to be for any given transitional frame. It's not until we settle into the final kit, like, we're extending that shit for the movement, and then we're settling in. It's effective. And this sequence I really fucking liked. Again, using the hair. And now we're really fucking being free with it. Like, this does feel like it's the work of a different board artist than the previous section. Because here they're also adding some motion blur, which, you know, I wish they wouldn't, but I can understand why. Here they're really fucking smearing using the hair. Here we're getting real rubbery with it. And it feels like, in motion, this sequence feels so fucking good.
Oh my God, it's gonna fall!
Another exciting Sin City night. The Sheila's lost in your eyes.
Like, whoever's the lead animator on this one is like really loves a good squash and stretch. Really loves a good... And it makes this whole sequence feel so fucking smooth. I fucking love a squash and stretch. Look at that shit. Isn't that just the best? Isn't that just the best? Isn't it fucking magic? Like, this is animation, man.
Exciting Sin City night.
Right? This works perfectly in motion. In motion, it feels completely correct. And then when you look at it, you see just how much the animator is fucking manipulating your perception in order to get the economy of motion that they want. And, like, such good fucking use of her hair as well to trail the motion and, like, smooth out the zigzag jumping pattern. I don't know who was responsible for this sequence, but, like, the fucking, especially this one, just, this is delightfully rubbery, flowy, cartoony animation. I really like this. That's really good. I really like that sequence. Like the whole jumping out of the airship sequence, that was really good animation. I like that. It's a matter of taste. Like, I'm not saying it's good in terms of like on an objective scale or whatever, but it's a style of animation that I really, really like. I also like this little fourth wall break. Or not a fourth wall break, but playing with the format, right? That we have this central dividing line, they're stuck on either side of it, and then Velvet is the... Oh, not Velvet. Fucking Cherry Bomb. Have I called her Velvet like 15 times? Cherry Bomb. Cherry is the one who breaches. By doing this little sort of pole dance twirl. And then Heartbreak. Again, it's juvenile. It's so literal. I love it. And, like, and we are playing into, like, the fucking music video cliches, right? Like, this fucking 90s, 80s power ballad music video thing with, like, the doubling of the character sort of as a faded, sort of transparent shadow in the background. It's so... And then this fucking... They know what they're doing. They know, like, it didn't have to be the slide up the chest. It didn't have to be that. He could just have raised his hand to his mouth. The lick itself would be enough, right? But it's just fucking, we're just gonna... We talked about this, I think, last episode, that the art of the erotic is the art of the palpable, right? Like, if you can, like, if you inject sensuousness, palpability, a feeling that you, like, of like, oh, I can mentally imagine the sensation of that, that's where you get that thing of, like, that's what they're doing here, right? Like, with the fucking... And it's not like they're making it like, it's not porn, right? Like, it's not like they're making it, like, out and out very explicit, like, oh my god, scandalous or whatever. It's just that implication. It's just that little bit that's enough, right? And I guess that's where the fucking shot in the... I was wondering with the trailer of, like, why the fuck Pentious was back in hell firing a gun. And I do like the visual metaphor of this, right? Like, that on the one hand, it's this literally reaching out to try and capture her, right? Like, of trying to pull them together. But also, it's a dance, right? Like, where they're swinging around, dancing around each other, and the world is exploding as the two of them are spinning closer and closer and closer, and as they come together... Heart shape. as they come together, there is a climax, right? It's very literal, but it works. More heart-shaped explosions. That's lovely. That's fun. The one problem here, of course, and this is something I will bring up, this was not set up very well by Season 1. Right? Like this, again, the perennial problem of Season 1 is it had way the fuck too much going on. It was trying to do way too much, and a lot of shit got sacrificed in the offing. Cherry Bomb was one of them. She got sacrificed in Season 1. Her story, her interaction, her dynamic with Pentious, it was just barely, like, we just barely got to see them interact with one another. And from the perspective of just seeing Season 1, you wouldn't guess that the two of them have, like, a long, close, like, enemies who want to fuck each other kind of relationship, right? You wouldn't guess that that's what it was between the two of them, because Pentious's crush seemed very one-sided, and Cherry Bomb mostly didn't seem to have that much of a relationship to him, right? And so coming over to Season 2, and now all of a sudden this is like this big sort of emotion. Like, yeah, it doesn't land quite as much as it could have if Season 1 had done more to put Cherry Bomb sort of on the map there and like put that relationship together. It still works, right? It still works. I still get it. It is just one of those things where I'm like, ah, man, just like fucking, if Season 1 had just had like 4 more episodes, if they just had a little bit more room for some of these things, then Season 2 could like hit better. And I do feel that here, that like, I love this relationship between them. I love that Cherry Bomb is having to deal with her fucking emotions, right? Like, and she doesn't know how to do that, and that she processes her affection through violence. Known a few girls like that in my time, for better and worse. Like, it's cute, it's adorable, and it's like it's a lovely little like sort of not limerence, longing. It's a romantic longing of people who are separated by impenetrable barriers between each other. It's like that's the spice of like 80% of good romance plots, is like two characters who want each other and who long for each other, but who are separated by impossible circumstances. Like, that's when they then get to come together. It's like, that's the good shit. That's the shit that becomes satisfying. So, okay, let's keep going. 3, 2, 1, go. 3,
Dust?
2,
I'm guessing
1,
it's because he's so
pause. And again, this is Charlie, right? Like, this is Charlie's big problem, is that she's so enthusiastic, she's so idealistic, she believes so strongly, right? I'm sure in her head, like, Angel Dust is just one, like, it can't be, he's such a nice person, he's so good, he's been trying so hard, surely it's just a moment away, right? Like, surely it's any second now, surely. Like, she believes that, earnestly, honestly, she believes, of course, we can redeem Angel right here and now because he deserves to be redeemed, right? And because of that, because she has this idea in her head, right, that things will surely, right, like they'll surely good people will be rewarded for being good, and surely, like because she has these ideas in her head, it blinds her to the reality that she's actually standing in, right? And it makes her unable to fully see Angel Dust and fully understand his perspective and fully be empathetic to him, right? This idea that, hey, maybe bringing Vox and Velvet over here, which are like the two closest friends of his abuser, maybe that's a bad idea. It doesn't occur to Charlie because she wants to see the best in everyone. Oh yeah, Val, he's bad, but you know, they're not Val. So and it's not a good quality in her always, this optimism, this blind faith sometimes in other people. It's not always a good quality, right? It's not always nice. Trying to be nice all the time is not the same as being kind, right? It's a flaw. It's a flaw in our girl that's being taken advantage of very ruthlessly here. And she kind of has to fucking learn to get better than that. What's that melody in the background? Hang on. Has someone played that? That's like, what's that, a half tone? That's not the D... No, that's not the Dies Irae, but what is that melody? Is it Happy Day in Hell? Someone says in chat it's Happy Day in Hell. That would make sense, that it would be Happy Day in Hell. I'm just seeing that la da 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 da, like the up down up down up down. To me, I think of Dies Irae, but that's probably not part of Happy Day in Hell. But yeah, that's a flaw in Charlie. That's real bad, girl. That you need to fix that in yourself. You really do. You need to. Oh, because you're being quite genuinely quite inconsiderate towards Angel Dust right now, more than a little, in fact. Putting him on the spot like that and putting that expectation on him because you can't see him from his own perspective. You can only see him from yours. It's so... Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go.
Gotcha.
Three, 2, 1, pause. I know there's a song coming up, but I do want to talk about... I do want to talk about the... Fuck, goddammit. I do want to talk about the way that Husk convinces Angel. Best case, you make it. Worst case, you're still stuck down here with me, and we down a couple of rounds with Cherry later, right? That calls back directly to Loser Baby, right? Because a big part of the point of Loser Baby is, yeah, we're in the shit, but we're in the shit together, right? That's how he gets through to Angel Dust eventually. It's like this thing of like, I'm not better than you. You're not worse than me. We're fucked up. We're deeply fucked up. And we can be fucked up together, and that's fine. You don't have to not be a fuck up, right? And that's the thing he's calling back to here, right? Like his thing of like, best case, hey, you go to heaven. Cool. That'd be great. Go see your sister, maybe. Worst case, you're still here. and you still have me, you still have your friends. Yeah, you're a fuck up, but hey, we were fuck ups already. It's fine. Like, it's reassuring Angel that if he fails in this moment, right, fails to be redeemed, fails to make it or whatever, that's still fine, right? He's giving him that reassurance that fucking up here is not gonna make anyone think less of him. Like, it's a really good call. It's a really good, like, it's their dynamic, right? Like, it's the understanding that Husk has of Angel, which Charlie kind of doesn't, right? In part because in Charlie's mind, Angel can't possibly fail because he's such a good person, and of course he's gonna go to heaven. There's no way this can go wrong, right? I can do this. I just know it, right? It's that happy day in hell mentality. And Husk is like, yeah, you might fuck it up. Yeah, it's like this could go horribly, but you know what? What's the worst? Like, you fuck it up, we'll have some drinks, we'll party with Cherry, we'll try again. Like, it's no big deal, right? Husk has that much better understanding of what Angel actually needs in terms of emotional support. He doesn't just need complete, total, like, faith in him. He also needs people to, like, see his flaws and weaknesses and be like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you're flawed. That's fine. You're not gonna make it. Cool. Okay, cool. That's not a problem. You're not gonna blow anything up if you don't make it. It's good. It's good. Anyway, I don't know if Husker Dusk is technically canon yet, but it fucking better be. I think even if it takes until season 4, I don't care. Like, it fucking better be, Medrano. 3, 2, 1, go. No, Charlie, you're not about. Oh, she's the one who tied fucking Husk to the fucking railroad tracks, wasn't she? Oh, God, Charlie! Charlie, that's a fucking angel spear! He isn't like Pentious, Charlie. 3,
I'm
2,
so glad you're okay.
1. Pause. Charlie, for fuck's sake. Yeah, no, like I said, it's not... Oh... And it's not just that she's, like, not seeing angel dust, it's that she's only seeing Pentious. Because she's still stuck on the guilt. Right? She's still stuck on the guilt. And this is her trying to make up for it, right? Like, that... From episode 1, that's been the thing of, like... She's trying to deal with the fact that she's the reason Pentious got, you know... She's the reason quite a lot of people got hurt, and how are we going to make up for that? So it's not just about redemption for angels, she's also trying to redeem herself, right? It's she herself has this guilt, this feeling of sin, and she's trying to make up for it. Ugh. That was fucked up, Charlie. That was not just a haha silly, we're having fun time, like, trust fall circle with the pals. That was fucked up, Charlie. That was a fucked up thing you just did. That was bad. That was real bad. Oh, man. Not to mention, of course, like, Pentious wasn't redeemed by any of the stuff they did at the hotel as, like, team building exercises or whatever. Pentious was redeemed by love, right? Because he loved someone enough to give himself up for them. Which was the thing of, like, that was what he was incapable of doing in life, right? In life, he was incapable of taking a risk onto himself to protect other people, right? And that guilt is probably a big part of what eventually killed him, right? And so, like, as he says in the trial, right? Like, this time I have to fucking do something. He's confronted with this another situation in which if he doesn't do something, people he cares about, like, just other people are gonna be fucking hurt, right? Other people are gonna be killed, and he has to do something. Does it work, what he does? No, not really. He gets blasted out of the sky immediately, right? But he has to do something, right? And that's the thing that seemed to trigger his redemption, is, like, it's him taking responsibility for his failures, for what he did wrong, and doing the work to try and, like, ameliorate that harm, right? Like, it's taking responsibility and it's doing the work to do better. And it's not about this shit. Like, again, this is Charlie's naivete, right? Her thing of, like, well, being good means you don't drink alcohol and you go to school every day and you dress nice and you always say please and thank you and you help old ladies cross the street, and that's what being good means. It's this fucking fourth grader conception of morality, right? Which, in fairness, no one knows what being good means in this universe. The angels don't know what being good means in this universe. No one does. The speaker of heaven ain't fucking saying. No one has any idea what sin is. No one has any idea what redemption or goodness is. Everyone's fumbling in the dark. The problem is that Charlie's fumbling in the dark at the same time as she's completely fucking sheltered from the reality of living in the world, and she's privileged beyond all belief in a way that she herself doesn't understand, right? And so she has no fucking clue what she's doing. And because she's someone quite powerful with a lot of influence who has no fucking clue what they're doing, inevitably she ends up hurting them, right? Not because she wants to, not because she's cruel or evil or, like, interested in doing harm, but because when you have power and influence and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, eventually, at some point, harm becomes inevitable. Like, the fucking slut shaming here, right? Like, Charlie's discomfort with sex is another thing I think is kind of interesting about her character. Like, she has this very clear discomfort with sex, with pornography, with that she's not really dealing with very well. Which I'm like, that's a curious part of her character. Again, it's that shelteredness, right? But it's that thing of like, how are you in hell? How are you living in hell, the place where like the porn studios are half of all entertainment, and you still have this hang up? The thing I'm sort of stuck on with Charlie a little bit is like, where the fuck did she get this from? Where did she get this sex negative attitude? Where did she get these fourth grade evangelical American ideas of what being moral is, this fucking after school special? Like, where did she learn that is the thing I'm curious to know. Because I don't know that Lilith would have taught that to her. Would Lilith have sat there and been like, Charlie, morality means, like, where did she get this? Like, what media did she consume? Who taught her? Who raised her? That's what I'm quite curious about with Charlie, is like, where the fuck did she get all of this from that she's now so confidently repeating to other people? Because it must have come from somewhere, and it feels weird if it came from people in hell. I do like the visual metaphor here as well. Like, Charlie is not engaging with Angel as a person. She's moving him like a piece across a game board, right? It is, in a very literal sense, dehumanizing him. Who is Angel? What does he want? Like, what are his own personal feelings? Doesn't matter. He's a game board. He's a piece on a game board, and if we just move across the game board, then things will be fixed, and I'll have made up for what I did to Pentious, and I'll have proven that this can work, and somehow, like, it's Charlie's mounting desperation. Is that a character we know on the motorbike? I don't think so. Honestly, Vox, Velvet is right. How are your fits so shit? A fucking Hawaiian shirt? Really? Dude, come on. And the flip-flops? Like, dude. Velvet, how can you stand working with this man? I do like that the song does take a second here, right, to establish that it's like, Charlie doesn't have, like, think that there's anything wrong or bad about Angel. She's just so fixated on procedure, right? Like, if we do the right moves, if everyone just doesn't drink alcohol, if everyone just does that, then everyone go to heaven, and everything will be fine. So it's these unexamined biases within her, right? And it is an ugly thing she's doing to Angel. It really genuinely is. She's being a very shitty friend. And we get the climax where she's literally, okay, I literally cannot think of anything other than Pentious. I cannot see this as anything other than an extension about my feelings about Pentious. So, okay, I guess you have to be Pentious now. You have to be Pentious, and we have to redeem you as Pentious, because then I redeem Pentious, and then I've made up for the fact that I got Pentious killed, and she's literally trying to force Angel to be Pentious 2.0, right? Like, to make up for the shame that she feels. And it's one thing to tie Husk to the train tracks, but Charlie, that's a fucking angel spear! Girl! And again, it comes from this thing of like, well, it can't possibly go wrong, right? Like, nothing bad can happen. I've got the brakes. And, like, no one would possibly, like, the evil overlord who hates me and wants all of my friends dead wouldn't do anything to interfere with that. Of course, like, no, it's like, right? It's not cruelty, but it's a lack of consideration. Right? She's being inconsiderate. And again, because she has so much fucking power over all of this, power that she herself is so reluctant to admit and to wield. Because, like, Charlie, you're the princess of hell, girl. If a runaway train needs to be stopped, I'm pretty sure you could do it if you would just, like, recognize the power that you have. And Angel does do it, ultimately, right? He does throw himself into danger. He does do it. When the danger becomes real, he does step up. But it's not going to work for him because he's not Pentious. That's not what it's about for him, right? Oh, boy, Charlie. That... Girl. Girl. You need some education. Badly. 3, 2, 1, go.
Tell me, Princess,
Oh,
what
3,
exercise could
2,
one do
1.
to be forgiven?
Pause. That's okay. So Vox knows, does he? Because of course Val knows. Val would know, wouldn't he? Oh no. Oh, that's not good. You pull shit like that again and and then he doesn't say what he meant to say, right? Like, he's about to say something, and then he doesn't say it, and he comes up with something else on the fly. What was it that you weren't saying, right? Husk was terrified that Angel was going to be hurt. It scared him absolutely fucking shitless. And if Angel dies, then... Right? Then what, Husk? What happens if Angel gets hurt? Huh? What happens? What's the emotional thing you're avoiding here, Husk? Huh? What are you avoiding? again, much like I feel with Cherry is that she's struggling to understand why she would be worth, you know, dying for. I think we're kind of getting the same thing with Husk here. Husk is like, the fuck are you doing, kid? Like, part of why he's like, yeah, like, you deserve to be redeemed, you deserve to get up there, because I don't. Right? Husk, when he volunteers Angel for it, I think in the back of his mind, it's also that thing of like, that's what's right for him. And like, I'm never going to get redeemed. Like, it's never going to happen to me. So if I get hurt, fine. Like, who cares? I'm never going to get redeemed anyway. So if I get hurt, who cares? No problem. But he deserves to be redeemed. So what if something happens to him? Fuck. Things can't happen to him. I think it's the same thing. I think it's that same, I'm an irredeemable piece of shit, but the person I care about, right? And Husk is struggling a little bit with those feelings there, isn't he? A little bit much, maybe. But he can't quite say it. He can't quite say it. Husk is a little bit in love, and he's getting tongue-tied in front of his crush. Husk can't say it. Yeah, 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 yeah. So he says something stupid instead. Now, Charlie finally has the fucking realization, right? The one that she would have had a while ago if she had just stopped to think. She finally realizes, like, oh, right, wait, no, they're not the same person. Maybe there's unique circumstances for each sinner. What a realization. If she had just stopped to think a little fucking earlier. Yeah, Charlie. Remember that lesson on boundaries? Do you remember that? Do you remember that lesson on boundaries? That your needs, your intense personal need to redeem a sinner right here, right now, aren't more important than other people? Do you remember that, Charlie? No, she doesn't, because she's still stuck on it, right? Like, Charlie just can't let go of it because she believes in it so much. And it's like, you can broach the subject with Angel. You could absolutely have a conversation with Angel about what his sin might have been and the shame and the thing. And those confidential sharing sessions that you sort of forgot were confidential, I guess, would have been a good place perhaps to start having that conversation, Charlie, away from the cameras, away from everyone else in the room, with privacy and care and patience. But Charlie hasn't got patience because she's so much trying to fix, right? She knows that she just fucked up and now she's trying to fix it again, right? Now she's trying to fix it again, right? Like, no, I can fix this. I can fix this. I can still do it. We can still, if we just, we just commit harder. We just commit harder, even harder. And then we can fix it. I can make up for it. And then it'll be fine, because I'll fix it. But you can't fix everything, Charlie. You can't fix other people, especially. No one can. No one can fix other people for them. That's the difficult thing. No matter how much you believe in them, no matter how much you care for them, or love them, or want the best for them, you can't fix other people. You can be there for them. You can help them. You can support them. But you can't fix them. You can't control their lives. You can't control other people. You can't do it, Charlie. All that makes you is a tyrant. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. Well, at least Cherry's there. Yeah, no, ooh, it's not. We're not at the all is lost moment yet, but oh boy, Charlie. Oh boy, Charlie. Yeah, that's just on her. Like, there's no, like I'll give her all the grace in the world that she didn't mean to, but you're the one in charge, babe. You're the one with the power over this place. You're the princess of hell, and this got fucked up because of you, and you can't fix it. You can't force things to be fixed. I do like how shoddy this shit is. Right? It's like VoxTech aren't even really trying. They're not even fucking good at it. Are those just poppers? I guess they're just poppers. Or drugs, maybe. Let's just... That's very sweet. I like that. I like that intimacy. Leaning on each other. That's good. Oh, boy. Angel killed his father, huh? I can imagine why. I'll take a guess, you know? That feels a lot like that was probably some kind of self-defense. Just on the face of it. And Charlie, girl, it's too late. Like, at this point, it's nice that you're standing up for him, or trying to anyway, but he's not wrong. You asked. You invited them in. You set all this shit up. And you fucked it up. Like, Vox didn't help. He was sabotaging it the whole time. Obviously he was. But you let them in. You gave them access to everything. You gave it to them. Because you were so sure. You were so sure that, oh, Angel Dust will redeem him just like Serpentious. No problem. Right? I've got this figured out, surely. Like, I can do this. I just know it. I'll get heaven behind my plan. Right? Same thing. Optimism and idealism and a belief that everything can be made better if we only try real hard. And so long as we just believe real hard and we try real hard, then we don't need to understand what we're doing, right? Then it's okay if there's a lot of gaps in our knowledge. Then it's okay if I'm not really taking a moment, self-reflecting, taking a breath, feeling what my feelings are, why I'm acting the way I'm doing. Then it's okay, because what matters is we tried real hard and we believed real hard. And she's running very hard headfirst into the fact that that's not all that matters. And again, the grace I'll give Charlie is like, who the fuck taught her, right? Like, who the fuck taught her about morality? Why didn't know? Like, who the hell? And that's on Lucifer, right? Like, that's on Lucifer, and it's definitely on Lilith. She's unprepared for this, deeply, desperately. Like, from top to bottom, she's unprepared for any of this. And there is a question of, like, hey, where the fuck were you guys in helping to prepare her for all this responsibility and all this power? I really do want some flashbacks to Charlie's childhood. I really do want... I want to see more of how she was raised. How she came to believe the thing that she believes. Where she has that... like, because part of it is Lucifer, right? Like, she has... It was Lucifer's dreams, right? Like, Lucifer's optimism, Lucifer's creativity, Lucifer's, like... golden dreams are what inspired Charlie to believe so hard in all of this. Okay, where's the rest of it then? Like, that's the other thing about Charlie is, like, my sense of her is that she's very, very, very lonely. My sense of her is that she's been neglected a lot. Again, sheltered kid, right? Sheltered. But also, like, clearly she was missing someone to teach her, to tell her, to prepare her. None of which excuses the bullshit that she just pulled, but, you know, doesn't come from nowhere. Just reading the credits right now. Least I can do after talking so much about their work. And again, as I've mentioned, Piss, a love song. 10 years ago, I would not have found that funny even a little bit. 10 years ago, I would have cringed so hard. But yeah, like I've said, the people in the credits, everyone is responsible for the final product. It's not just the lead animators, it's not just the background designers, it's not just the voice actors, the composer, like, but it's everyone. It's everyone has a stake in this. That's one of the reasons, by the way, like, I know a lot of Has-Been Hotel was produced by outsourcing, but I did hear a little while back that the animators at Spindlehorse have started unionizing, that they've started organizing collectively, and now have a collective bargaining agreement with the studio, which, good. And to Spindlehorse's credit, they accepted the union, they didn't stand in the way. As far as I know, there have not been any evidence of, like, union busting or whatever, which, like, Medrano herself is part of a union, so she fucking better not, right? But that doesn't mean, like, that people within the studio still might not, like engage, or indeed, since they are connected now with places like Amazon and things like that, that doesn't mean that there couldn't be pressure coming down, like, to quash unionization efforts from other angles. But I was very, very pleased to hear that Spindlehorse themselves unionized. I don't know that they're, like, the studios they work with for outsourcing are unionized. I have no idea of that. It would be good if they did, because the animation industry is a fucking bleak place these days, and a union doesn't solve everything. Like, that's something that's important to understand when we talk about, like, unionization and the importance of it. A union doesn't solve everything. right? And a union doesn't even guarantee the rights of the people who are members of it, because especially in the United States, corporations have a lot of power to crush unions. Like, we've seen that happen many, many places that have unionized. The corporation responds by inventing a reason to, like, oh, sorry, this studio where most of the unionized workers work, the financials weren't looking so good. We're selling you off to another company, and oh, that company's going bankrupt. Oh, that's a pity. Oh, I guess you're just getting shut down. Now you have to all go find new work. Oh, sorry about the union. Oh, right. Union busting is a long and old discipline, and corporations are very, 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 very good at it. A union doesn't guarantee that things will get better for the workers who join them. The union just provides a possibility of it. It provides an opportunity for collective bargaining, an opportunity for people to join together to pursue their common interests and to make the world better. But there's no guarantees with it, right? And unions themselves can also have problems, right? Like, they are organizations, they are structures of power. Every structure of power comes with problems, right? Unions can have problems with sexism, racism, homophobia, transphobia, all the rest of it. Like, those systemic structural issues don't go away just because a union is a nice lefty sounding thing. So, like, a union is not like, oh, union, cool, problem solved, there's now a union. No. It's work, but a union is the start. A union is the formalization of, hey, we're all in this shit together. You, me, the other guys, the people working over there, the people who are actually doing the work here, we are in this shit together. We have common interests, and we're going to fight for those interests together. That's what a union is. It's a promise to have solidarity, right? And that's the beginning of good things. And there can't really be good things without that solidarity. Like, solidarity is the thing. And a union is just a formalization of that relationship. But I was very happy to hear that. I was very happy to hear that Spindlehorse now have an actual union. And, like, I think they're unionized under one of the major U.S. unions. It's the communication workers or entertainment. I can't remember. There are some animators unions in the U.S. as well. And again, a single union of just the workers at Spindlehorse can't do that much because there aren't that many of them. They don't wield that much power. But if the people at Spindlehorse are in a union that can engage in collective action with the members of the unions at other studios, and maybe some of the members of the unions who work in entertainment in general, and the voice actors, and like, if everyone can go, hey, this company is engaging in really anti-competitive practices, none of us are going to work for them anymore. That's when you start to wield power, right? Like, that's when you can start to actually put the brakes down and say to a company, if you fuck around with this shit, if you fuck with working conditions, if you don't give people the pay that they're owed, you're not getting shit done. Like, no one's working for you. You're not putting out any shit. Your profits are going to stop. That's when you have collective bargaining power, right? So it's not just the union at the one thing that's necessary. It's the union of all workers, right? And then once all workers are united, eventually, we can all realize that the actual people who are against our collective class interests are the billionaires who sit on top, and then we can go to them and say, hey, if you don't give all of that fucking money you stole back, then, and then, other stuff can happen. Things can happen. Amazing things can happen that, don't want to get demonetized for spelling them out, but Solidarity forever. Very occasionally, I will get comments from someone, like, again, I can't really verify it, but as far as I can tell, it's true. Like, people who do have done some of the work on the things I'm reacting to, and they generally seem to enjoy my yapping about it, and that's always nice. Like, I'm always very, like, when, like, a highlight of my year so far was definitely when Dana Terrace was, like, complimentary about my reaction video to Knights of Guinevere. Just because I sit here and I yap, right? And I want so badly to help other people see how fucking magical animation is, and all the work that goes into it, and how hard it is to make, and what a miracle animation is in its way. And I always worry that like I'm talking a little bit too much out my ass sometimes. But it's nice like when occasionally the actual people who made the thing I'm looking at go, "Hey, I appreciated you seeing me trying to point out my work and things like that." That's nice. Oh, shit. Whoop. Again, it's not like I'm going to remember any of these names, but it still feels, feels correct to at least read them. If nothing else, it's good to remind yourself and think about just how many people are necessary for something like this to exist. Because it is a lot of fucking people. No credit to Amazon, though. Fuck Amazon. Not the workers. The workers at Amazon are great, but Amazon, the company, you're... Stop providing web services to the IDF, you motherfuckers. Fuck off. Anyway. Whew, how long did that take? Oh, only 2 hours. I was quick today. That was a short one. Lovely. Fantastic. I really did like Cherry Bomb and Pentious' song. Like, Charlie's song here was a bit weaker. It was sort of like, yeah, I get it. Like, okay, cool. But it was a song that really wasn't telling us that much new. It was just sort of dramatizing the dynamic that was already happening. I like Pentious and Cherry Bomb's song better because it gives us a more backstory insight, right? Like, it expands their relationship. We understand now a little bit more about why Pentious had such a fixation on Cherry Bomb, right? Like I said, season 1 didn't do it. So season 2 kind of has to try and make up for lost time and make up the ground on it. But it was a good song. I've got to listen to that a few more times because it's like besides the funny haha piss joke, Alex Brightman is a very good singer. Like when if you listen, like mostly I've known him from before Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss. I knew him from Beetlejuice, right? Like where he's doing the fucking, like he's doing the raspy, "Hey folks, hey, I'm Beetlejuice." Like, he's doing that shit, right? And underneath all of that raspiness and that, like, sometimes it's easy to forget that the dude actually has a fucking, like, a hell of a singing voice on him. Same thing with Fizzaroli, right? Like his songs as Fizz in Hell of a Boss, they also don't really like fully push his vocal range and his vocal strength in the way that this song does for Pentious. And indeed, as like I've seen a lot of people reacting to Pentious's bit in No One Like You, or whatever that song, like when he's trying to escape from heaven, right? I will find a way. Like that bit, like where Brightman really fucking lets it rip. I've seen a lot of people like, holy shit. And like, no, yeah, Brightman is just a good fucking singer. I don't know if he's classically trained or whatever, but dude has pipes. And I'm glad this song gives him the opportunity to flex some of that a little bit more. God, Charlie, for fuck's sake. You've got some shit to make up for, girl. Oh, boy. Anyway, let's move on to the next episode, then, because of this one was just good, fast little one. Didn't take too long. I feel like this was an appropriate amount of there was a normal amount of yapping to do about a 26-minute episode of animation. Kept it short today. Kept it short. Good job, me. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, Patreon if you want access to the easier, more convenient versions of this. membership, Patreon if you want it. You don't have to. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Bye.